So I'm here in Main Range National Park, which is located in southeastern Queensland, about 150 odd k's southwest of Brisbane. And I'm doing the Mount Cordeaux trail, because I'm going to hike up to the top for sunset. And it's not a bad trail so far. It's about 3 kilometers to the top, but it is a pretty high elevation gain. So yeah, and it is pretty muddy and a little bit slippery, which will make it a bit of a challenge coming down in the dark. But I'll just go slow and steady and it'll all be right. And it is looking like it'll be a nice sunset. We have some really nice clouds in the sky. So I made it to the top here. It wasn't too bad of a hike. It took me about an hour and a half. And just spectacular views up here. What I'm going to be shooting is this mountain over here is going to be my main subject, and then the other mountains on the left as well. And yeah, we do have some nice clouds with potential to get a nice sunset tonight. I just set up my camera and I'm kind of fine-tuning a composition here. So I've ended up putting on a circular polarizer just to kind of help darken the sky a little bit and balance the image a bit more, and a 3-stop grad filter just to darken the sky a little bit. Alright, so I kind of have these rocks in the foreground here, and this puddle on the right, and then we have these little trees there that kind of lead back to the peak of the mountain, and the other mountains to the left. And then what I'm doing is I am focus stacking, so I'll focus as close as I can to the camera, take an image, make sure my shadows maintain detail. I'll be watching the histogram. And then I'll focus on the mountain tip. Yeah, so pretty straightforward image, not having to do any bracketing or anything, because I am able to get it all in one exposure. And the light's already gone from the scene. The sunlight's not on the mountain anymore. And I kind of missed my opportunity to do a time blend if I wanted, because I was kind of fiddling around with my composition, getting it kind of exactly how I wanted it. And unfortunately the light already disappeared by the time I fine-tuned my composition. But that's alright. I think it'll still be a really nice blue hour shot, because we should get a real nice sunset, because some of the clouds are already starting to get color in them on the horizon. And yeah, now just wait until sunset and see what happens. So we're starting to get some nice light now. So 6-second exposure, focusing as close to the camera as possible. F11 ISO 100, and I'm shooting at 11mm, using a 2-second timer, of course. Alright, now I'm going to focus on the mountain peak. And again, 6 seconds, F11 ISO 100. Easy as that. So I'm here at Girrawheen National Park. It's located about 250 kilometers southwest of Brisbane, and it's right on the border of Queensland and New South Wales. There's actually another national park that's connected to this one that's in New South Wales. And today I'm doing a hike up the trek called the Pyramid. I guess there's this big pyramid-looking rock where you can climb, and it's supposed to have some pretty spectacular views. So it's looking pretty decent for sunset. Not too sure yet because it is very cloudy and kind of a grim day. But it is look like to the west it's kind of clearing up. So we might get some sunshine if we're lucky. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So Girrawheen National Park is located in what they call the granite belt. There's heaps of granite around, because even driving in here you see a lot of granite boulders, and even through this landscape as you saw back there, and you'll see as we get further up the track, there's just granite boulders everywhere and huge granite slabs. That's what this rock I'm climbing tonight is, pretty much just a big granite boulder called the Pyramid. It's a pretty steep climb because it's just pretty smooth, so you got to kind of scurry up it. So it should be pretty interesting. Just hopefully it doesn't rain, or it'd be very tricky getting up and down tonight. So I made it to the top, and the views up here are spectacular. We still have about an hour before sunset, which is good because I have no idea what I'm gonna shoot. There's these kind of little rock pools up here, which are kind of interesting, and then all sorts of boulders everywhere. And sorry about the noise, but it is very windy. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of hurry around, try and find a composition. I don't think we're gonna get any sunlight in this scene tonight, just because it'll go down behind those mountains behind me, and then it won't hit any of the rocks that I'm on. But that's all right. I'll probably do a blue hour shot or right before sunset. I'm using these rock pools, so they're kind of aligned, so they'll kind of lead the eye through the image. And I also put on a circular polarizer and a 3-stop graduated filter, just to kind of darken the sky a bit more. And this image I'm also having to focus stack, focusing as close to the camera as possible, then focusing about a third of the way through the scene, then focusing on the mountains in the far distance. So we are getting some really nice light right now. 2 seconds, f11, ISO 100. There we go, it looks pretty good. So I'm here in Bunu National Park. I did cross the border earlier this morning and now I'm in New South Wales, but I'm actually not far from where I was yesterday. I'm still in the granite belt, so in this national park there'll still be lots of granite boulders, and I believe there's a river with, again, granite riverbanks. So I managed to find this area with some really nice rock pools, because what I'm looking for is I'm looking for an image that I can take during sunset, preferably blue hour, and I can just eliminate the sky. Like, I don't want to have the sky in my image tonight as much as possible, just because, again, there's going to be no clouds, so it's not going to be very exciting. So something like this might work, and then there's a little waterfall right over there that you can kind of see from the other side that looks pretty cool. But I am going to explore up here because the river goes up into these big boulders. So I found this shot here. We've got the waterfall in the distance and it's kind of framed by these rocks here. And the one rock on the right is catching a little bit of light, and it's not too overwhelming, it just seems a little bit perfect. So I'm gonna hurry up, set up my tripod, and then get to taking the image before that light goes away. What I have for my composition is just the waterfall up here in the top right. Then you have this bank, which has the leading line that leads you right to the waterfall. And then to the left, this cliff face that also kind of leads you in. And I was very careful to make sure I put the point right at the edge there, just so it kind of helps with this leading line to lead the eye through the frame to the two waterfalls. So just 1/6 of a second, f8, ISO 100.